Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready? Right.
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks.
Powered by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Always remember to bet local.
Hello and welcome to Week 10 of the Drew and Stu podcast. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. Cam, rough week for both of us last week. You were 5-9. I was 7-7 with an asterisk because it was 7-7 with the Bengals.
Yep.
But really, it was 6-8 if you count the switch that you made me make. So
That's
I don't know.
true.
It depends what you want to give me. Depends what you want to give me here.
I owe you a bottle of Crown.
A little bit.
I owe you a bottle of Crown. You were good to me. I appreciate Drew. We actually got out together to see the games at the bar. You know what the best thing about it was? So I met Drew and his buddy, and Bagman didn't show up. I guess he was scared because he's getting crushed every week. But we met Bagman number 2, great guy. And the best is, so there's a lot of stragglers who kind of know me and Drew from the show, and they ask us picks. We're winning everybody else money. We give them a Dallas Prescott over. Dallas teased to the over. We gave this guy like 6 winning picks, and we're losing money ourselves. Check, please.
Yeah. And he drops a dime on it right in front of us.
It's like $2,000. I'm like,
right.
looking at this guy's account going, wow, obviously you're doing better in life than me, but his account's doing quite well, Drew. Quite well.
Yeah. It's frustrating to go back and be like, oh, yeah, that guy hit that bet.
Yeah, we
easily.
gave the
Why
guy
didn't
all
we make that
winners,
bet?
and we gave ourselves losers. Interesting.
Yeah, the only bet that I made money on this week, Cam, was that Tampa Houston deciding to kneel the ball instead of kicking the extra point because it made Tampa cover the 2.5 live. I was pumped about that. That was like a call from Vegas saying like, "Don't kick."
They never do stuff like that. But if you really think about it, it's actually the right move to do, because if it gets blocked, whatever. But you never see it happen. If they block it and return it, it's 2 points. I just never see a team do that stuff. They always would kick the extra point. So.
And there's still time on the clock. So if Tampa somehow gets a crazy kick return out with 1 second left, they kick a field goal and they win the game. So like that's why I'd kick the extra point if I was Houston, just in case. But
good call.
I don't know. Let's we were 5-1 on our best bets though. The only best bet we got wrong as a team was the New England Patriots. That was your silver.
That's
pick.
mine. I'll take heat for that too. But 5-1 on the best bets. That's a matter. We told you about Cleveland. Arizona wouldn't even score in that game. So no, Drew, despite the record, there was a lot of positives. But that New England game, you saw how rattled I was when we were watching that game. That was watching Mac Jones is it's
frustrating.
It takes years off your life. Let's put it that way. That guy's
and
a
Juju Smith can't catch Schuster with the little deflection.
He looked good all day. Like he was catching bad balls that Jones was throwing, but the one he needed to catch, it went right through his hands, and we were almost in field goal range. So that could have been a different story. But that's life. That's the NFL.
And Cam, I never say I told you so, but I told you so with the Indianapolis Colts against the Panthers.
You told me so. Wow. Cocky Drew's coming out week 10.
Hey,
this
I had
is
to.
Not good. Not good.
I'm closing the lead on Cam in the overall, but not there yet.
I don't care if you take it. Let's just have a good week here. I couldn't care.
Yes, let's have a good week here. Week 10 of the Drew and Stu podcast is brought to you by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook, where local takes on an entirely different meaning, focusing on the teams, the games, and the players that matter to you. Sports Interaction is on the ground on top of all of the local trends, offering prop bets that you'd never even imagine existed. I got the San Jose Sharks to not win or to lose. Cam, the prop is, will they go winless in their first 15 games to break the record? Ooh. I got yes, and it's 8.25 to 1. So
I got Sharks' worst team in the NHL at the start of the year, plus 310.
Hell yeah. That looks like a lock right now. I won't say the word.
No. The L word.
I didn't say it. Knock on wood. From same-game parlays to best-in-class casino, featuring thousands of games and live 24/7 dealers, giving you that Vegas experience any time of the day. Come for the sports, stay for the casino. And now introducing the Locker Room, the first of its kind in Canada, a live watch party for the biggest games of the week on Thursdays, Sundays, and Mondays, where you can watch along with all the Sports Interaction hosts in the Locker Room, where they live bet all the favorite props and live money lines of the games. Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Go to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN to open an account. Bet local, 19 plus. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or the gambling of someone close to you, please go to connexontario.ca. Now back to the show. Let's start with Thursday Night Football, Cam. The Carolina Panthers going to Chicago to take on the Bears. What a game we got to start. It doesn't look like Fields is going to play because of the short week, so it's going to be Badgett at quarterback still. 3.5 points, Cam. This is a underdog cat on the road in Chicago. Not a very good team. But like I said to you, Carolina is just not a good football team either. And Bryce Young looks like it was the wrong selection at number 1 overall, Cam.
It feels that way. I'm going to tell you this, Drew. This is can we switch this game? Where's the
Yeah.
flex bed for Thursday?
What a terrible
Honest to
Thursday
God,
nighter.
like I'd rather watch reruns of Laverne and Shirley than watch Carolina versus Chicago.
What the hell
Honest
is
to
Laverne
God,
and Shirley?
it's a show for. Oh my God, let's not get in there. I shouldn't even have said that. Carolina versus Chicago for all our older bettors out there. Carolina is one of the worst teams in the league. Drew 1-6-1 ATS. They're the worst cat in town. Rabies, nothing. They have no bite. But how do you lay 3.5 with Chicago? I know they were pretty good against New Orleans, but let's remember that game too. Dennis Allen's a moron. We were watching that game going, why aren't you kicking to go up 10? And they basically, like, the fact the Bears covered in that game late after all those turnovers was shocking. I will take Carolina, but this is definitely on the switch button. Like, and I mean, I can already feel my finger burning, but give me the Cats plus 3.5.
Cam, I gotta take Chicago just because, the Carolina Panthers suck.
They do.
Badgett looks like he's got some wheels. Cam, I know your simulation said that he wasn't going to get under
That
13.5 rushing yards.
That wasn't my simulation. That was a simulation that people tell me about. And here's a new thing. I'm not going to ever talk simulations. We'll do our own thing.
It was the first quarter. He took off for 16 yards.
Yeah.
You were like,
wow.
I guess that sim was wrong.
That simulation's pretty good. Bet lost first run. Excellent.
Yeah, that was. I think he's got enough legs to keep them in this game and win this football game outright. I can't lay money with Carolina in any situation. They just don't look like a great football team. They look like they might be picking first overall yet again, and then they'll have a decision to make. But we'll
you
see.
can't go after another quarterback. But let's try to build the team. But
hey, we saw the Cardinals do it with Rosen, Cam. You never know.
Yeah, well, but I got to say Rosen was even worse. I think Carolina will eventually figure this thing out. But
yeah, you're right.
It was a shame. Josh Rosen was a really good college quarterback. He didn't get a sniff in the NFL. That's how bad he was. But Carolina, Drew, you're right. They need help in all areas. But I can't lay 3.5 with the Bears on a Thursday night. So I'm going to have to.
Where do you think Bagman is?
He's going with the Bears. Honey.
Oh, correct.
Honey and salmon for the Bagman. Yep.
Yes, that was correct. That was an easy pick. Maybe Bagman will come out with us next time we go out. He was in Vancouver, I was told.
I'd like to see
him.
That's
why he couldn't make it.
He's like Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street now. Does he exist?
Yeah, who knows? All right, the Colts, Cam, go to New England and take on the Patriots. Patriots plus 1.5 at home. The total is 43.5. Colts coming off a big win over the Carolina Panthers. Patriots coming off that disappointing performance against Washington Commanders, where they came back to take the lead and then blew it in the second half. Cam, this is a gross game. I'll start because you started the last one. I'm going to take New England just because of the defense at home, but the defense hasn't looked like it's supposed to anyway. I can't take Gardner Minshew to win on the road in Foxborough. It's not in Foxborough,
Drew. Sorry. Just to tell you, Steins and Pork Knuckles. This is a 9:30 start in Germany, buddy. So maybe it's time for you to hit the alarm clock, Drew. You need to wake up. But I'll tell you, thanks for the freezer bag of meat. So I can't get mad at you for basically, I'm thinking a month. Here's the deal. Yeah. I'll follow up your play. I think we're both going to take New England. You see reverse line movement. It started off 2. It's down to 1.5 for Indianapolis. More people are on Indianapolis. This is a spot for New England. They're horrible. They actually broke my heart and my wallet last week, but that doesn't mean some week they're not going to cover. They're horrible. 2-7 ATS. The Colts are 5-4, and they're showing grit. But you know what? I think this is a good spot for the Colts. I wish the game was in Croatia with Bill Belichick. We'd win for fun.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And we play in Croatia for Uncle Bill. Anyway, I'm taking New England. What is it? Plus 1.5 updated. Yeah. It was 2. Wish we got 2. We get 1.5. I'm still on New England, and you would agree, even though Mac Jones looks more like a Big Mac out there with legs.
Can you imagine being the German football fan? You're like, hey, nice. We got Miami against Mahomes, the Chiefs, Dolphins. The good thing I got the flex pack of both games. And, what's up this week? Oh, Gardner Minshew against Mac Jones. Oh, yeah. I don't know about that.
Or basically, you walk into the German beer store, grab a Stein, and they're giving you like a coupon for the Colts Indianapolis for a Colts New England game. It's like, come watch a Division D soccer game, and we'll throw in tickets for the Colts and Patriots. Honest to God, like. Hey, the thing about
how was this game selected as a Germany showcase? It doesn't make sense to me. Even before the season, it's not like these teams are supposed to be good.
Great point by you. Well, I guess the Jaguars own London, and I don't know really what to say. I know there's a lot of KC fans there and stuff like that, but you're right, Drew. This is a horrible game. No, you got to at least give them one good team. You're just giving them 2 bad teams.
That's what I mean.
Colts are actually
just 2 garbage franchises.
Yeah, let's just say the Germans though, they like to party. They might just go out there as like an event and just get wasted. How many Steins?
We'll see, Cam.
Yeah. All right, we're taking 1.5 Steins with New England.
Yeah. Mr. Mayo and his coffee, Will Levis announced the starter for the Tennessee Titans, Cam. They're going to Tampa to take on the Bucs. The Bucs are 1.5 point home favorites. They blew it against the Houston Texans, allowed Stroud to throw over almost 480 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. It was a great game by CJ Stroud. Got to give him credit. No timeouts, 44 seconds left, and they drove the field. Or sorry, one timeout. They drove the field for the winning score. Tennessee's had a lot of my money this year so far, Cam, and I think they're going to get my money in this one. What do you think?
I'm going to take Tampa Bay. This game is ultimately 50-50 for me, so it definitely has switch potential. I got to dig a little bit deeper, and we're doing this really early this week, really early. Tampa Bay. It went up a half point, Drew. I still think a lot of people will be betting Tennessee. I think by game time, it's going to be probably half and half action. Tennessee showed us a lot on offense, though. They did really well against Tampa Bay. And Tennessee's a different team when they take their show on the road. Levis played good in Pittsburgh, though. You're right, man. Oh, God, I don't know what to do. You know what? You're right. So we pick every game. Okay, I'll take Tennessee plus 1.5.
Oh,
now.
you talked yourself out of it. Like we watched the wheels turn in your head as you were picking Tampa.
It was awful.
Like, no.
Please, that was hard to deal with. I'll take Tennessee, but Drew, come on, let's be honest. Like, I'm not betting this game. Or you know what you do? Tease the dog. Take Tennessee plus 8.5.
Cam, good coaches off of long weeks. They've had 10 days to prep for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like Mike Vrabel in this situation. So give me the Tennessee Titans to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers outright. So I got to take them as plus 1.5 dogs. Give me the Titans. Let's go to the Saints and Minnesota Vikings. Josh Dobbs, Cam, what a performance. I know I was on the other side of that. You were too, but talk about a guy didn't take a snap from the center all week. Didn't practice a single rep.
No. Just hold on. Stop right there. What did I say, quote unquote, the minute it happened when we were sitting there?
You're like, this is bad.
I go, is Josh Dobbs in the game? You go, yes, Cam. I go, we're done. That's exactly how it went down. Quote unquote, it's on tape in the interrogation room. I go, if he didn't come in the game, Atlanta wins.
Oh, yeah.
Dobbs is a quarterback that has played for multiple teams. Steelers, he's played for 1 million teams in the NFL. Hell, he won with the Cardinals this year.
And he's a rocket scientist, Cam.
You know what he is in real life?
He's an aerospace engineer, yeah.
I could tell you, he's a pretty damn good backup quarterback. I'd want him on my team as like a second, but we have Drew Lock. But I'm saying a lot of teams should have. You know what? Everyone laughed. Ooh, Minnesota, you didn't get Jameis Winston. But you know what? At least Dobbs is serviceable. They went in and won a game with the guy. I'm not saying he's God or anything, but Drew, you knew it was going to happen too. I'm going to tell you though, I'm taking the Saints in this game. There's something about this team. I pegged them pretty good, except for last week. We should have covered it in that game. I can't believe they didn't go for a field goal late. It was actually me and you had a lot of questions.
2 different times.
Twice.
2 different times.
Dennis Allen's a moron, and he's the reason we might not cover this bet. But I think the Saints are coming around. They're a 5-4 football team. They're 3-2 on the road. Think about Minnesota. They're only 1-3 at home. Could you believe that? Mm-hmm. They're actually, it's one of those things. I like them on the road. I'm going to take the Saints minus 2.5 in this spot. I think it's a real tight game. Saints by 4. Give me New Orleans. They're coming around, Drew. They're coming around.
It was just impressive to see Dobbs, like hearing all the stories now. He never took a snap from the center, not a single rep in practice, didn't know any of the plays. He had Kevin O'Connell in his ear during the game telling him, trying to explain the plays to him. The fact he pulled that off, the victory cam, if that was Winston, there's no chance that happens.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So you got to give him some credit. So I'm going to go with the Vikings here just because Dennis Allen is going to find a way to screw this game up. We watched him against Chicago. He almost blew it against the Bears, gave him the chance to win at the end. I think the Vikings have a chance to win at the end, so I got to take the points. Maybe they lose by 1, maybe they lose by 2 in the hook. I don't know.
Is that guy drunk, though? Like, what's Dennis Allen? Like, if you're a Saints reporter or fan or even a member of the team, how do you not go up 10 points and to go up 2 possessions in the game
with 5 minutes left?
And he did it. And he did it another time. Remember, they ran Taysom Hill and they didn't get any yards on the play. And I was thinking, if you kick a field goal, these guys can't beat you. Like, it was almost like they wanted the Bears.
And your defense is playing great. All the turnovers they were forcing, and then you're just keeping Chicago in the game.
I didn't get it, but
all right. Well, where do you think Mystery Bagman is on this one?
Well, he's on the Vikings.
Yes, correct. I thought you were going to go Saints.
I could just make picks for him, and life would be so fun for me. God, it would be amazing if these were results. Like after I predicted, like if results were me picking his games. Oh God, life.
You'd be like 82-7 or something like that in the season.
It'd be something crazy. Whatever it is, we'd have a lot more money than I have now.
Yeah. San Fran, Cam, going to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars, coming off their bye weeks, both of them. The Jags are +3 at home. You love cats. You love when they're home dogs. Tell me why you don't love the Jags in this situation, though.
I do love the Jags in this situation, but I'm very scared. One, Deebo Samuel. I think Williams on San Francisco's offensive line is a big concern.
It is.
They're probably going to have a lot of guys back, and that's bad news. But I'm down. I'm president of the Jaguar fan club. I believe in this team. We're getting 3. Is San Francisco still flawed? Can they come up with a way to attack Purdy? It seems like Purdy has looked like very human in the last 3 games. Is the bye week going to help? I don't know. This is a little bit of a leap of faith, but I love Jacksonville. The minute I saw this schedule come out, I thought it was 3.5. It's 3. I'll still take it at 3. Give me the Jaguars. I think they can win the game outright, and that's a reason to take a dog. Jacksonville.
Cam, this might be my minerals. I'm on the other side here. I love San Fran in this spot. You got Kyle Shanahan coming off a bye week. Everyone's doubting the San Francisco 49ers. Everyone's saying they're done for. The Jacksonville Jaguars, yes, they've been good, but they haven't beat the true contender yet. I know they beat the Bills in London, but that was a weird spot. So give me San Fran to get back on track here, and they only have to win the game by 3. If they don't lose one of those previous games, Cam, this is probably 4.5 or 5.5. The fact that it's 3, I think the line's too short, so I got to go with San Fran here. I think they beat them by 6 to 10 points in Jacksonville. It's not like the Jags have a home field advantage, Cam. They might have more fans in London than they do in Jacksonville.
They might. This
might be a red jersey San Fran party in Jacksonville.
Niner fan travels well. They're not as hardcore like as Bills Mafia or the Cheeseheads or whatever, but they travel and they got good fans. But I'm taking Jacksonville still.
You think you're going to see some 49 jerseys in that pool? That pool that Jags got
time.
Over at the end of the zone?
Tons of them. Yep, tons of them.
Such a stupid spot to watch a football game. I don't even know if I'd want that. Would you want to be standing in a pool watching a game?
Being wet is not an idea of fun unless I'm covered in like champagne or beer after winning money. So no,
exactly. Just be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right, where do you think Mystery Bagman is on this one?
San Fran.
Ooh, wrong, Cam. We were so confident, 82-7, and he's on the Cats. I'm shocked. I'm shocked too, but he likes the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 3.
Well, it's me and you, Bagman. Well, we're down this week. Okay.
All right, the Green Bay Packers came going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers 3-point home favorites, 10 days rest. The Green Bay Packers coming off that big win over the Rams. Was it a big win? They faced Ripon. Not a very good quarterback, Cam. The Rams just signed Carson Wentz. They're not playing this week. He'll be ready for next week. Who do you like in this one, Cam? I'm taking Mike Tomlin 10 times out of 10 with 10 days rest. Who are you taking?
You did start, and you took Pittsburgh.
I'll
take Pittsburgh.
Quick and easy on this one for me, Cam.
I don't think it's that easy at all. I think the fact that the whole world's on Pittsburgh and it's -3. You want to talk about movement, Drew? Where did this line
reverse?
3.5. Now it's 3. I'd be very, very careful. You know what? Screw this. I'm taking the Green Bay Packers plus 3 just to make a statement in this game. Can be changed, but give me the Packers. I like what I saw at the end of that game against the Rams. I know they're a bad football team, but you know what? Pittsburgh, what are they? They're 5-3. They're the worst 5-3 football team out there. Green Bay 3-5. They are who they are. I'll take Green Bay. 3 points. They got to win by more than a field goal. Give me the Packers.
And the Packers finally were like, hey, let's use our best player, Aaron Jones, last week. They gave him 20 touches.
I have a feeling that's the reason. You know what? Good call by you. I think Aaron Jones, if Green Bay wins or covers, he's going to have a huge game. And I know you had props on him last week. So if you like Green Bay, stack up on Aaron Jones.
Yes. I'm going to go with the Steelers this week, Cam, just because I like the extra 10 days for Tomlin to prepare for Jordan Love. Jordan Love has not looked good at all this season. I think this line's too short. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. Where do you think Mystery Bagman is on this one?
Steelers.
Correct. Back on the winning train with the Bagman's picks. You will see if you get go maybe sweep the board besides that one Jacksonville pick. The Browns going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Ravens 6-point home favorites. They absolutely annihilated your Seahawks, Cam. Geno Smith did not look good. Nobody on the Seahawks looked good in that game. And Charbonnet, I don't even know if he was on the field the entire game. I don't know what happened to that guy.
I don't know what the hell I did to you this week, but wow, you're really coming out firing, Drew. I like your style.
I'm just saying he wasn't on the field. Every time we looked, he wasn't there.
Watch out for Charbonnet or whatever. I just don't understand. Like they were utilizing him fine before. I thought Seattle had a bad game plan the whole game, personally. And the game was close in the first quarter, right, Drew? It was like punt. And
yeah, and then they just couldn't stop the run. The Baltimore just took over in the running game.
Can I start here?
Yeah, go.
I'm going to make Cleveland probably a mineral pick this week. Everyone thinks Baltimore now, like this is a divisional game. This is not against Detroit or Seattle, 2 NFC teams that he annihilate. The Cleveland Browns defense is superior. I prefer it to be at home. It's not. The line is 6. If you like Cleveland, guys, wait as it goes up to 6.5 or 7 because people think Baltimore's the best team in the AFC now. Are they? We'll see come playoff time. They'll find a way to screw it up. I'm taking Cleveland. And I'll tell you one thing, Deshaun Watson didn't look great. I'm kind of scared against that defense. A little too cocky for my liking, but it's that Cleveland defense that keeps them in every game. Give me the 6 with Cleveland Brown.
Cam, I love the Browns in this spot too. I like their defense against the Ravens front. The Ravens' key to success is their running game. You slow down the run, then you have to force them to pass, and they're not that great at passing the football. And Baltimore was able to run at ease against Seattle. That won't be the case against Cleveland, Cam. The issue, like you said, is Deshaun Watson turning the football over. If that happens, then we're in trouble. But if he can just control the clock, run the football with Jerome Ford, now that he's back healthy, throw it to your guy Cooper, and Njoku looks amazing. I think Cleveland's like sneaky spot to win this football game, not just cover. So 6 points is too many points, Cam.
I think Cleveland's a sneaky team to like win a playoff game the way things are going.
Oh yeah. Whoever gets the 4 seed, Cam, the division winner, probably the AFC East at this rate, they're going to be hosting the Cleveland Browns. It looks like
that's
not
a
going
team
to be.
You don't want to come in. Also, Drew, I would think winter is advantage Cleveland because what do you need? What do you need in cold weather? A defense. That's
a defense and a running game.
Even though they're a hot team, like a hot weather team, I think they can play in Kansas City. I think they can play in Baltimore. I think they can play in, any of those places. Cincinnati. It doesn't matter to me. And let's remember, the Bengals in the playoffs last year were a better team, and they almost lost to the Ravens with Huntley as their quarterback. I think there's a lot of teams. Let's just say this.
Styles make fights, Cam. We say it all the time.
Styles do make fights, buddy. Styles make fights, and I'm going to take Cleveland this week. We're both on the Browns. Let's roll.
All right, the Cincinnati Bengals coming off their big win over the Bills. Dalton Kincaid with a crucial fumble at the 10-yard line.
Unbelievable.
Essentially blew the game as soon as that happened. They're hosting the Houston Texans, 6.5-point favorites against C.J. Stroud and that high-flying Texans offense, Cam. Who would have thought that those weapons would be high-flying offense? This game is going to be a no bet for me. I don't know. It's stinky, Cam. Something smells fishy about this game. Everyone's going to be on Cincy. Everyone loves what they see from Burrow. But like 6.5 is a lot of points to cover this team.
I agree. I don't know what to do because it's under a touchdown. Is it a trick? That's
what I mean.
Houston is very good. They've been very solid. They're in all the games
they've
defense
played.
Is
bad though.
That's the thing. I think Cincinnati's coming around. There were some weaknesses, but Buffalo, they grinded in that game and they made some mistakes. But when push came to shove, Cincinnati, they're a good football team and looking better all the time. It's under a touchdown, Drew. Burrow looks healthier. I love how's Houston going to stop their receiving core? I don't know if they can. And Cincinnati's emerged with a two tight end set. They're doing a lot of different things.
Yep.
Like I'm telling you, Houston looked great against Tampa Bay. That's Tampa Bay. You know what? I'm on Cincinnati. It's under a touchdown. Give me another cat. Oh, we got the cat theme this week. A lot of Jaguars and Bengals and friggin' Panthers and whatever. I'm in.
I'm going to be on board with you, Cam, too, with the Cincinnati Bengals here. I don't like it. I don't love this pick. This has got survivor pool disaster written all over it, where like Burrow throws a pick six at some point, or because this is going to be everyone's survivor pick this week. There's not really any other options.
Unless you want to take, unless you haven't used Dallas, there's 16 and a half.
It's week 10. You've definitely used Dallas by now.
Seattle, that's dangerous as hell. Baltimore, some people might. That's a danger game in a division.
Yeah,
you're right.
Like this is going to be the popular pick, and it's got grenade written all over.
Do people have the stones to take Chicago against Carolina? That might be the alternate survivor play.
Yeah, I don't know. You trust Badgett with your?
No, I'm just saying
money?
Somebody might try to be a hero, and that could be dangerous.
And then you're laughing and you're hoping for upsets all weekend. You're right. Okay, well we're both on the Bengals here, Cam. Let's move on. The LA Chargers with. Everyone good, short week for them. Monday Night Football. I don't know how they won the game by so many points against the Jets, Cam. They looked awful besides that punt return touchdown.
Drew, I had a super teaser with the Jets, and they were driving at the end of the game. Weren't they at like the 1 yard line, and then they went back? Watching that game took years off my life. It was a huge swing for me because I took like Dallas, Philadelphia, Cincinnati. I did one of those, those super teasers that the book let me do both sides. One of my books lets me do that. And all I needed with the Jets was to lose by 16. They couldn't even do that properly. God, I hate that team. But I'll tell you this. I'm taking Detroit. They've proven to me they're a 3-1 road team. They're 6-2 ATS. The Chargers, I still think are flawed. The Jets, the Jets defense was there. They were making plays in the game. They were getting to Herbert. They just suck offensively. Detroit does not suck. That's the whole thing. It's 2.5. Give me the Lions, man. And I got to admit, I'll give the Chargers credit. The lightning bolt, it's starting like we plugged in the phone. We're getting a little bit of a charge. Before it was a dead phone, but I still don't think they're good enough. Detroit.
Cam, this might be my favorite pick of the week. I love the Lions here. I love them on the money line. I love them on the spread. You're giving me Jared Goff.
Don't say the L word, and don't.
I'm not. Jared Goff on the road in a dome, so there's no weather elements in the way. The Chargers defense isn't that great. I don't care. Everyone's going to see what the Chargers defense did to Zach Wilson on Monday Night Football with all the sacks, the fumble recoveries, the picks. Yeah, this isn't Zach Wilson and the Jets offense, though. This is the Detroit Lions coming off a bye week. They're going to have Montgomery back as well to help the running game. I think this could be like Detroit by 17 points. Like I'm going to take some alt spreads in this one, Cam.
Another thing, he's remember LA Rams, so they play in the same stadium. He might have some friends there. I know he played college at Cal. Goff did.
Yep.
It's in the north, but you know what? If I had a buddy that was playing in the NFL, like maybe a lot of friends and family like are down to support Goff, like in this spot, returning back to LA in the state of California. I like a lot of things for the Lions this week.
Yeah. And the Chargers are 1-2-1 ATS at home as well, so they don't cover numbers. The Chargers aren't a good football team, Cam. I know a lot of people think they are, but they're not. I'm sorry.
They're okay.
All right. We're both on the Detroit Lions. The Falcons going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Kyler Murray has been declared starter. James Conner expected back, so the Cardinals are going to be at full force for the first time this season, Cam. They are now 1.5-point home dogs still. People are still betting on the Falcons. This game is all in my head. I'm like, Murray, is he back? Is he going to be 100%? Is they going to be ready to go? The Falcons looked like crap against the Vikings. Their defense didn't look good. This game will be off my betting slip. If I had to be forced to take a pick, though, gun to my head, I'm taking Kyler Murray and the Cards at home in this spot. Am I wrong?
Well, we have to make a pick. No, I don't know. Tell me it's Sunday at 7:30. I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. I think this game is a horrible game. I have to take a pick. I'm taking Atlanta. Atlanta is a team. It's not the player's problem. It's Arthur Smith and these other idiots. The guy, like, honestly, we should do, Drew, know what we're going to do next week? Because this week we were going to do games. We're going to do minerals of coaches, but the shittiest. Gold, silver, bronze, and aluminum and dirt and whatever the hell you want to do, like graphite. We're going to do the top 5. And I'll tell you, this guy's in the list now. What an absolute clown. They don't even utilize Pitts. They don't utilize Bijan Robinson properly. The play calling was horrible. I'm telling you, games in Minnesota, they pissed that game away. They just...
Cam, if you had to guess, how many carries does Bijan Robinson have inside the 5-yard line this season?
How many weeks have we played? So we're going to week 10?
Yeah. 9 games.
I'm going to say 7.
1. He has 1 single carry inside the 5-yard line this season.
What a great...
You took him in the top 5, Cam. What the hell are you guys doing?
That should be like, at worst, like 14. Like 2 every... Like, are you kidding me?
2 a game. Yeah, something like that. Like, they're giving Algier...
Drew, I'll give them one more chance. I'm on the Falcons, but I'm going to tell you, everyone thinks this is the type of game that I like. Kyler Murray coming back and all this stuff, that's not necessarily a good thing. I would rather the
public's on Atlanta, shockingly.
That's a problem. Give me Atlanta. This could be, hot button change. We're almost ready, but I'm taking Atlanta.
I got to go with the home dogs here, Cam. Yeah, I'm a home dog guy.
I'm usually a home dog guy too. It's 1.5 points. Arizona, they've beaten Dallas. They've done some good things, but this is the week I think they lay an egg, like an absolute egg.
I think this is the week. Like, I don't like Kyler Murray, but like Atlanta's defense is like, here you go, Kyler, show us what you're made of. Like, he might be running around like.
No, I have a feeling he might not be ready to go and might not finish the game. I don't wish ill will upon anybody, but we'll see.
I feel like you don't bring your franchise quarterback off IR if he's not ready. That's just me, though.
Okay, well, we'll see. Arizona does a lot of dumb things.
All right, where do you think Mystery Bagman is on this?
He's going to Arizona.
Ooh, correct. I thought you were going to think he was on Atlanta. He's usually Johnny Public, but he wasn't with this one. All right, Cam. The New York Giants with Tommy DeVito at quarterback. Daniel Jones unfortunately tore his ACL. Screwed me in like 3 different fantasy leagues with him doing that. The Cowboys 16.5-point favorites. They had every chance to beat the Eagles in that game, Cam. Dak Prescott's red zone offense.
See, that's what I'm mad about my spread picks. Like, how did Dallas not cover in that game? How did they not how did they not win that game? Mike McCarthy and the staff? Like,
Cam,
what are these guys
that
doing?
Stupid catch at the 1-yard line where the guy's knee was down on 4th down. You have to go to the ground to complete a catch, but when your knee's down in the process of the catch, it counts as short of the goal line. But if he would have fallen down and dropped it, it wouldn't have been a catch. So why does it matter where his knee is in the process of a catch? The
bottom line is this: go half a foot more when you're running the pattern. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, enough is enough. And Dak Prescott,
I agree. I'm not going
to get mad at him. He worked his ass off that game. His foot stepped out of bounds, but that was through hard work. He made a mistake. Okay. He didn't know where the sideline was. That's on the Dallas coaching staff. They got the ball back. They did everything wrong in that game. They didn't use the clock properly. They're idiots. Like, they are absolute
29th
idiots.
ranked red zone offense, the Dallas Cowboys.
They're a good football team. Everyone's talking, Philadelphia can be. They could be beat. If Dallas had a competent coaching staff, they win that game on the road. I'm going to tell you this, though, Drew. Danny DeVito for Jimmy John subs. By the way, those subs look amazing. I wish we'd had one in our locations. God, I see that sauce and stuff. I watched the commercial. I'm like, man, that sub shop looks good. I'm going to tell you this. I will take the Dallas Cowboys at home up to 21 points. They have destroyed every team by 20 plus in their games. Rams, Jets, Who else did they beat earlier? Rams, Jets, and Patriots. I know Patriots are horrible,
Yep.
but Dallas on turf. What are they? I think we did a show last night with my boy George Kurtz. He's a Cowboys fan. 16-1 on artificial surface in their last 17. They're a fast track team. Giants. I think the Dallas Cowboys win this game literally 42-7. 42-10.
Yeah, it's going to be messy, Cam. The Giants now, I think they're in full tank mode anyway. Listening to Brian Daboll's press conference, he doesn't seem confident in anything. So I think they're going to be gunning for that top 3 pick, which means they're going to start throwing football games. I mean, I don't think they have a chance.
Not throwing football games. They're just kind of
but you know what I mean.
Football games with uninspired effort.
Yeah. So give me the Dallas Cowboys in this spot. Yeah, they should have beat the Eagles. I was on the Eagles side of it. Luckily, it should not have won that bet. If Dallas scores in any of the red zone appearances,
that's the NFL, buddy.
Tony Pollard. He's struggling.
Actually, we talked about this as well. They're underutilized. This is another thing. So look at all these bad coaches. Tony Pollard's one of the best weapons in the NFL. They don't use him. Like, honest to God, McCarthy's. I don't know what Jerry Jones. Does McCarthy have pictures on Jones? Like, what's going on here? Because Jerry Jones is like the most hardcore football fan ever, and he's letting this guy mosey in like the A&W Bear. Hey, we're the Cowboys. Like, honestly, if you gave that team a competent coach, Drew, I think they can win the Super. I have them versus Jacksonville in the Super Bowl as my crazy picks.
If you switch the coaches in this game, Cam, I think the Dallas Cowboys go to the Super Bowl. If you give them Brian Daboll's offensive mind.
I agree. And Daboll's not even the best coach. That's how bad McCarthy is. Dallas by 1 million, Drew. I don't care what the friggin' 16.5. I'm in. And we're under 17 now.
The reverse line movement is weird.
I don't care. I know this one I couldn't care less. They win a touchdown, a quarter, just win by 28, and let's get the hell out of Dodge.
I agree with you, Cam. All right, the Washington Commanders going to Seattle to take on your Seahawks. Your Seahawks, Cam, been a tough team to pick this year. They're all over the place.
I screwed up last week.
They're home favorites. There's a lot of points. Sam Howell beat the Pats on the road last week. Can he go into Seattle and cover this number? I'm leaning yes to go with the points in this one because this is a lot of points, and Seattle's been a better road team than home team this season. But I mean, this is a bounce back spot for Seattle, right? Like against the Washington defense.
I don't know if it is. I think they'll win. I think it's a perfect teaser game. If you want a 6-point teaser to get it down to a pick 'em and pick it with somebody else, I think they win. I'm not sure if they're going to cover, but Drew, you hit the nail on the head. I got to take these guys right now. I got to take them bouncing off a game like Pete Carroll will have these guys ready to play. That was an embarrassment in Baltimore. Washington, though, I'll give them a lot of credit, man. Like this team they're a 4-5 football team with Sam Howell. Seattle better wake up. Like this is big time. Like this is a big game. If you don't win this game, we got probs. They're 5-3. They win this game, they go to 6-3. Despite, see, this is funny. They're 3-4-1 ATS. Yet, at home they're 1-2-1. Like I prefer them on the road, just as you said. But if they win this game, they go to 6-3. And who knows what's going to happen in the Niners game? I know you love the Niners. I think the Jags can win. So I think Seattle will wake up and they'll have. They'll be ready to go and win by a touchdown. I think they barely cover the number. By the way, I loved what you said on Sunday. I think DK Metcalf's a great player, but he's tradable right now. If anybody offered a first round for him, I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
he's just killing the team right now. 1 catch for 50 yards or whatever. It's just the offensive pass interference penalties. What? Yeah. He's
playing uninspired, like he doesn't want it.
He just doesn't look like, and he looks like he does really dumb stuff, bad penalties, bad stuff. Like I need more Tyler Lockett's out there, even though he's going to retire next year. But give me Seattle.
You need more Bobos.
I like Bobo.
I like that kid. Yeah, he's a good kid. I'm going to go with Washington here in the spot, Cam. It's too many points for me. I think these teams are closer than the spread indicates, so I got to go with +6. Can Seattle win by more than 6? Of course. But I think that's a lot of points because I think I might get a push in this spot even. Like it could be a 24-18 win for the Seattle Seahawks. All right, where do you think Mystery Bagman is on this one?
Washington.
Correct. Oh, I thought you were thinking too long. I was like, oh, he's going to go Seattle. No, he knows. You're on a roll here with these picks.
Thank you.
All right. The Vegas Raiders hosting the New York Jets. Zach Wilson against Aiden O'Connell, not McConnell, Irish. Cam, this game's a disaster. How is this Sunday Night Football? How did this not get flexed out?
Do you know what are we talking here? What game are we talking about here?
The Raiders hosting the Jets.
Oh, God. I didn't even realize it was a game. Okay. I'll take the Raiders. But this could change. I got to be honest with you. I hate this game. I love the Jets defense against Aiden O'Connell, but I like the inspired play of the Raiders. I told you, since you're going to mock me the whole show, I told you at the bar, Raiders are going to take the Giants and put them in a pretzel, which they did. So I was right on that. Finally, I got one.
You were.
But
I thought new head coach would be problems, but it was
no.
not
And
problems at all.
the thing about the Raiders is they'll always hire like the next guy in line. He'll do a great job, and then they'll get rid of him at the end of the season. I'm going to take the Raiders in the spot. This is a changeable game. The Jets defense is awesome, but their offense stinks. Like if the Raiders can find a way to protect O'Connell, I think they'll be fine. And another thing is Zach Wilson versus Crosby in that D. Good luck, pal. I guess the real play in this game would be the under, I would think, like first team to 13 wins.
Yeah, it's going to be 17-10. 17-10 written all over it. Cam, I'm going to go with the Jets here. I think the Jets defense is the best unit in this game. I think they hold O'Connell to 13, 14 points, which means I only need 14, 15 points from the Jets to win this game, even cover. So give me the Jets here in this spot. I think they keep treading water until Aaron Rodgers inevitably comes back. I couldn't believe it. I'm seeing this guy throwing 55-yarders with 3-step drops before the game on Monday night. I'm like, is this guy an HGH? Like, it's been 7 weeks, Cam, from a fully torn Achilles. Like,
put him in equipment and like, I want enough. I'll be back in a couple weeks. Okay, then show me.
Yeah, I mean, well, it depends on how the Jets go. I feel like if they start losing, he'll just like, you know what, Aaron, don't risk it. But if they're 6-5, playoffs on the line, maybe he forces himself back, and that's just re-injury waiting to happen if that happens, Cam.
Yep.
But I'm on the Jets. You're on the Raiders. Where do you think Mystery Bagman is?
Raiders.
Ooh, incorrect, Cam.
Still did pretty good, though. I'm still doing well this week.
Oh, yeah, you're like 7-2 on these picks. We're all over the place with our picks this week. Yes, he's on the Jets with me, plus 1.5.
Tune in Thursday, Friday, whenever when we're editing this stuff, there will be changes galore, Drew. There might be changes on like half a dozen games, I'm thinking.
It's true. Once you run your simulations, maybe it'll change your picks.
I'll tell you one thing. I ain't running my buddy's simulations anymore. That ship has sailed. I'll do my own simulations.
The Broncos going to Buffalo, Cam, to take on the Bills on Monday Night Football. Total's 47. The Bills are 7.5-point home favorites. Buffalo coming off that disappointing loss against the Bengals. They need this win more than they need to breathe fresh air, Cam, because if they lose this football game, the Bills are pretty much done for when it comes to the AFC East and the AFC playoffs. So is this too many points? I feel like the Bills smoke bad teams, but they haven't this year. They didn't against the Giants. They lost to the Patriots. Like, this is a different Bills football team, Cam. They don't look right.
Your team, you start.
But I still got to go Buffalo. I went Cincy last week. I told you I didn't like the game. I'm going to go Buffalo in this spot. Allen loves playing the Broncos, so give me Russell Wilson on the road. I don't like either, so give me Josh Allen on the Bills to cover 7.5.
You want a question? When was the last time the Bills covered a football game?
Washington, wasn't it?
October 1st, week 4, Miami.
Miami, right. That was after the Washington.
So they didn't cover against Jacksonville, Giants, New England, Tampa Bay, and Cincinnati. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. But you know what? I'm going to take Buffalo as well. They are breaking our hearts, our wallets. Thank God for the teaser, Drew. That Kincaid fumble, as you mentioned, really sunk our ship, and it sucked. But I think Buffalo will win this game by 13. I'm worried about the injuries, though. Denver's playing a lot better, but I think they got up for that Kansas City game. Mahomes was sick. It's a totally different animal. Buffalo by 13.
Yeah, I think if the Bills don't perform in this game, they're going to see some coaches fired, whether that's Dorsey or McDermott,
maybe it's
whatever
time.
It is.
I don't think those guys are doing a good job, to be honest with you.
And Cam, that challenge by McDermott with in the
he does that all the time. Why do something that you're never going to win?
Just waste the timeout. Yeah, that's a chance of your team to get the ball back. You waste the timeout for no reason.
So he's good he's good in the gym room. So is my buddy. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I know McDermott's one of these guys. It's just, I want like a coach that's competent, that doesn't waste timeouts, that does smart. Like, you can say what you want about Shanahan, and you know what? Look at Baltimore and Harbaugh. Like, he most of the time he's on point. Like, even Cincinnati's coach, like even Dan Campbell, for God's sakes. Like, you know what I mean, Drew? Like, I thought McDermott.
I don't think the Bills have won a challenge in like this year. Like, every time they throw a challenge, like, it's wrong.
I agree with you. Like, I thought McDermott was always in the upper like echelon, but I'm not sure if he is. He's kind of middle of the pack.
I think he's a really good defensive coordinator, Cam. Yes. That's what he's always going to be.
Good call.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they need a better OC, though. That's
agreed.
Don't waste your star quarterback. Okay, Cam, let's get into our best bets of the week and your survivor selections. We'll start with your survivor. So you're still alive after week 9. You've used Washington, the Giants, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, Washington, the Giants, Miami, Dolphins, Cowboys, Lions, Bills, Seahawks, Baltimore Ravens, and Cleveland Browns last week. So you don't have a lot of options left, Cam. So you tell the viewers who is your pick for this week in Survivor.
I've used the Bills. I've used the Cowboys. I've used the Seahawks. Oh,
Yep.
God.
I told you, man. It's going to be the Bengals for everybody.
Have I used the Bengals?
Nope. You still got them.
I'll use the Bengals. Begrudgingly.
Yeah, I know. I think it's.
I almost want to use the Bears, but I'm on Carolina.
I got a weird feeling about this Bengals pick because it's going to be like 95% of Star Pools.
Oh,
are
I
going to be
know.
Bengals this week.
I know. You almost want to do something different, Drew, because if everyone picks the Bengals, they lose, you'll win your pool.
Yeah, because if a crazy upset does happen, you win your pool.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you also don't want to go down on Badgett on Thursday Night Football. Like that's something in my head. I'm like, do I take Chicago? And then, yeah. All right, let's get into our best bets, Cam. Our bronze, silver, and gold picks of the week. We've been on a roll the last few weeks with our premium picks. So let's start with our bronze selections. Do you want to go first, or would you like me to?
I would like you to, Drew. Since
my bronze selection is the San Francisco 49ers in Jacksonville, Cam. I love the 49ers in this spot. I think they win this game by 6 to 10 points, and they're 3-point favorites on the road. I think it'll be San Fran home field advantage in Jacksonville, which means give me the 49ers off a bye week. I think they smoke the Jags out of their own building. What is your bronze selection?
I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm going to take the New England Patriots plus 1.5 against Indianapolis.
Going back to the well.
I honestly, what am I doing? Like, I am just a sucker and a glutton for punishment. But you know what? This is the week. They didn't get it done against Washington. Everyone loves Indy now. All of a sudden, we're in Germany. I wish it was in Croatia, as we said with Bill. Go Croatia. New England plus 1.5, please.
All right, Cam. I think you might be switching that pick come Thursday, but that's just
a
gut feeling of mine. My silver selection is the Detroit Lions against the LA Chargers. I think they win this game outright in their underdog. They're 1.5 point favorites on the road. I think they win it by 6 to 10. I'm going to take some alt spreads. I love the Lions in LA. Give me Goff in his old former building to beat the Chargers, Cam. That is my silver selection.
My silver selection will be the Buffalo Bills on Monday night minus 7.5. It was between this and Dallas for big chalk. I'm going to take a couple games of chalk this week, and I'm going to take Buffalo. They haven't covered since week 4, but they have to do something, and they have to use Denver as a punching bag and win this game, hopefully by 13, 14 points. Give me Buffalo Bill.
I like it, Cam. I hope you're right about that one. I think we might have the same gold. We'll see.
Yep.
My gold selection, Cam, is the Cleveland Browns plus 6 in Baltimore. Tell me why I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. It's my gold selection too. Let's do it together.
Oh, baby.
Me and you are both on Cleveland Brown, the spinoff from Family Guy. We need him to show up this week. Baltimore, remember, Drew? People remember what they saw last. They see Baltimore killing Seattle. They see Baltimore killing Detroit. This team can't do any wrong right now. They haven't met a defense like Cleveland, and I think 6 points is too many.
Yeah, 6 points too many for sure. I think Cleveland's alive to win this full game outright. Anytime that's possible. Like what would you put if you were Vegas, Cam? What would you put this line at? I'd say Baltimore minus 2.
I was going to say 4.
Yeah. See, I didn't even give them that much credit. Maybe I'm just reading the wrong.
You have to do something. Yeah, you got to put it. I think between 2, it's 2, 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. That's the number.
And you think it gets higher? You think it gets to 6.5?
I think people like Baltimore a lot, and I think they worry about Cleveland going on the road. If the game was in Cleveland, the line would probably be 3, and I'd love taking Cleveland at home. Like, I would love the game to be at Cleveland at plus 3. That would be so perfect, but it's not, and I'll still take them. You know what, Drew?
I'm going to say, if you think
it won't go to 7, it'll go to 6.5.
Okay, well, I'm waiting for the hook then. I'll wait for the hook because if I might just buy the point now, actually, the half point.
Yeah,
I know, like you said, a lot of people say, oh, don't buy points. Don't buy points. Sometimes it works.
Oh, yeah. The same people that said don't play teasers, and thank God for Dallas and Buffalo winning on teasers instead of getting absolutely smoked. Yeah, teasers are fine.
It's true. It's true. People just don't like it. I don't know why people don't like buying points.
It's old gambling things of these people. Oh, play 1%, 0.25 your bankroll. As I said before to all our friends and viewers out there, whatever works for you. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Don't tell somebody you can't play a 7-point teaser. Don't cross over 0. You know what? Do whatever the hell you want. Some of these people who say this stuff are the worst gamblers out there too. So don't worry about it. Do your thing.
It's true. It's true.
Don't listen to anything these guys say. Do your thing.
Just because you have more money to bet doesn't mean you're right. That's what I always say. All right, Cam, let's get out of here. We'll have our switches here for the viewers on Thursday. Good luck this week, everybody. Hopefully the Seahawks and Bills both win, so we're both happy come next week. But
you're going to Sweden for a bit. I'm not sure about our taping schedule. So that's in 2 weeks.
That's after next week's
okay,
week 11 episode. So we're
going to go the home of William Nylander, Drew. Enjoy yourself. But we'll talk about that another
Peter
time.
Forsberg. That's what we care more about, not William Nylander.
Yes. Actually, Forsberg, yes. It's Forsberg.
Yes, exactly. Okay, everybody, we will please hit like, please hit subscribe, please download this and rate and review on this all audio platforms, Apple, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcast. Do whatever it can to help us give reviews and rocket up the ratings, because me and Cam appreciate that. And we will see you all on Thursday.
This has been Drew and Stu.
Powered by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Always remember to bet local.
Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.